up on Sports Central, everyone. We've got a great show. We're in the midst of the busiest month of the entire year. The boys of summer are back. We've got lots more. Stick around for this edition of Sports Central. Welcome to Sports Central. Mark Jackson here, along with my co-host, the one and only Mr. Hank Longo.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here on Sports Central with the one and only Mark Jackson.
Well, Hank, it is so busy right now.
Oh, my God.
I pass myself in the hall sometimes, just absolutely crazy. Every day, there's, weekend nights, it's incredible.
Slammed. And we want to thank the folks at Office Furniture Depot for sponsoring our first segment here on Sports Central. And we've got Russ Mat Baseball.
The largest collegiate baseball event, spring training in the world.
Spring training.
Tigers in town. We had 11 events last weekend, just sporting events.
Orange Cup Regatta.
That's this weekend.
Boys basketball. And hey, go Bartow. Got to the finals. They're going to play tomorrow at 5:30, so I'm going to try to sneak out there. Got to work at headquarters tomorrow, but maybe I can make it to the game. But just so much going on.
Well, it's incredible, and there's a lot more to come. And we're here to tell you about it because we have three very special guests. We actually have more than three guests, but we have three segments that you're truly going to enjoy. But we're going to kick it off right now. No, I can say that. Yeah, we can kick it off right now with there's an event that we talked about our last show, and that was Light Up the Night. That is tonight, Friday, March 6th. However, next weekend on the 14th,
Yes.
the 14th, I had to do a double check there. We have a very special run. He's no stranger to this show, Sergeant David Keigan from the Winter Haven PD, a man that's well loved around the city of Winter Haven, and we certainly appreciate him being here today. Sergeant, this is another great example of the city of Winter Haven, the police department giving back. I think I see you guys, when I say you guys, the police department out doing so much for the community, as much or more than any other community I've been around or been in.
I'd probably agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are really, really active.
You'll give that a cheerio.
Yeah, that's a good one. But on March 14th, it's downtown Winter Haven in that new park. That is fantastic.
Right.
And it is a 5K that all the proceeds for this run go to Special Olympics, which is a great cause.
Yeah. So this will be our 7th year. We kind of just started it, and I think I've told you this before. We were just trying to figure out what we could do, and myself and Samantha Phillips, she's a lieutenant with our agency, we attended this meeting, and within 2 minutes we just started talking, and she came up with the idea of 5K, and I'm like, of course we can do this. And on a shoestring budget, which was zero money, and with a small time limit, window to do it, we got our first one off the ground. A couple hundred people attended, and it's been real successful for us since.
And so why Special Olympics? What made you decide for that?
We get that a lot. And the reason we went with it is there's an organization called the Law Enforcement Torch Run. And the Law Enforcement Torch Run was started back in the 80s by a chief in Wichita, Kansas, Chief Richard LeMunyon. He went to a Special Olympics event. He was invited. He went to a Special Olympics event in Wichita. He saw the athletes in the program and the camaraderie and everybody, and it was just a great feeling. And he knew that law enforcement needed that good partner to be with and partner for a good cause. And he saw that, and he reached out to Eunice Kennedy Shriver, who was the founder of Special Olympics. And they set up together where they would get law enforcement agencies to raise money for Special Olympics. Under a couple of provisions, like the money that they raise locally stayed locally in their states, and it just was directly funneled to them. They worked out the details, and it's been 50 years now.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, well, I know there's been a little bit of change. I think there's a new executive director with Special Olympics, but I had the opportunity to go see the Special Olympics here in Polk County, and it was held over at All Saints Academy.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, they had hundreds and hundreds of kids and they march around the you know, the track and all of this type of stuff. The signage was great. The event went off.
Right, that's our so that's local opening ceremonies for one of our huge events in this area. I guess I really didn't think about fully answering your question too. I'm sorry, but one of the main reasons why we do Special Olympics is they're so transparent, they're super accountable. 87 cents on average of every dollar that you donate goes back in the programs. I am no math guy, believe me. The chief will attest to that as well. But so a $10 donation, that's $8.70 going back to the program to help out the the athletes and fund things. And as like you've seen, nothing's free. For like sports and stuff like that, so they've got to pay for programs and they pay for all that Special Olympics does, but it's free to the athletes and their families. And Special Olympics is a lot more than just sports. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, like global messenger ambassadors, where they have athletes who will go to Congress and lobby for themselves. Wow. So it's a program that does so much more. I mean, we could spend an hour talking about it, but you got other guests here, so. I'll let you off the hook.
We got a little bit of time,
yeah,
though.
But there's just a lot more than sports to it, and it really does help build well balance and a sense of importance in people.
And the self-esteem that it builds up
in our athletes. Yeah, it's incredible. Been with it more as an agency rep as well as a regional rep for law enforcement for the last 8 years, and I've seen a lot of new athletes come into the program and how they develop and grown over like months and changes that it brings to everybody. It's really, it's pretty special, to use a special angle of it, but it's a great program. It means a lot to people and you can see the good that it does. And all the money, like I said, the money we raise here actually stays here. We funnel, I don't know the word funnel, we take our money, we bring our money to the state offices, we give it to the state office, and then they turn around and they support our local programs here. So.
Well, Sergeant, the families themselves, the focus certainly is on the athletes.
Yes.
But there has to be some sort of focus, that the Special Olympics provides for the families. Hey, their kids competing in a sporting event. They're active. They're out doing things. They're training. It's got to be a good thing for the parents, for the siblings.
Right, and this socialization, the socialization, there's other families that you're out there. Sometimes when families start off in Special Olympics, a lot of times they feel like they're lost and alone, and then they come to this organization where I think right now in Polk County we have just under 1,700 athletes. So that entails the families and like you're saying, the siblings and people getting to know each other, bringing people out for social events. So it does build that, like you were saying, the self-esteem with athletes and families, and it builds a network of people that can depend on each other, who understand each other and what each other's going through, sometimes with members of the family.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough. It's a difficult situation to deal with, and depending on the stage of mental capacity that they have, and having the support from the community to help these kids is just so reinforcing on developing their self-image and they're you run into these kids and they're all just seem to be so happy.
It is. It's great. It's a like I said, it's a great program. I have my sons volunteer in the program, and I wouldn't do it if it wasn't worth it. At first you had to make them do it because they were young, but now they're like, all right, run's coming up this weekend. I got to do this, this, and this. What do you need me to, and they know it, and they're still in high school.
Yeah.
So it's seeing that they're willing to want to do it that makes it even better for me as well.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the race.
Yes.
It's a 5K, but you can also walk.
Right. We have a 5K run, then we have a 1 mile walk, but people can still walk the 5K itself if they like. We have a lot of that. Starts in downtown Winter Haven at 8 o'clock in front of the library.
In the morning?
In the morning, yes, sir.
Okay.
And then we will, our route is up and around Lake Silver, so you pass by the hospital and the lovely Winter Haven Police Department building. And you hit the Chain of Lakes Trail, do the Chain of Lakes Trail and bring it back into downtown.
Okay.
So when they do the Chain of Lakes Trail, does that take them in the Lake Alfred?
No, it stays within the city. They'll run north on the Chain of Lakes Trail just before they get to Martin Luther King Boulevard, and they'll make the U-turn there.
Okay.
And it's a straight shot back into downtown on the trail.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. And it does start right at the Winter Haven Library.
Start and finishes there, yes, sir.
Okay, so that's that's great, and it's a great viewing area too, because you can mingle around. There's stuff to do. I even think they have a farmers market. In fact, it was funny last night. I happened to stop into the Union Tap Room, and because they have root beer there.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say hello to everybody.
Yeah. Well, and guess what? The girls from the junior league were in there folding and doing their stuff for the race tonight, and that was pretty cool. But oh yeah, we're going to be participating next week. And I said, well, I'll say something about it. And I said, okay. How do you register, by the way? That's the big question.
Right. You can find us on active.com. Just search WHPD 5K,
Okay.
or you can search Winter Haven Police 5K on active.com, and it'll bring you right to our site.
Amazing. So 8 a.m., 1 mile walk begins at 8:05. Day of the race you can pick up at 6:30 a.m. So it's a good opportunity to get downtown, get parked, and that parking garage is a great place to.
Right.
It's a great place to go.
And we also, we also have a packet pickup the night before at the library as well.
At the library, okay. So that's where it is, and you can do it. There's also a virtual run. How does that work? I mean,
So basically, the virtual is if you wanted to participate, but you knew you weren't going to be in town, but you still want to support Special Olympics, you can register for the run. We'll still get you a shirt and your finisher medal. That's
Okay.
the idea behind that.
okay, so that, like let's say I'm in Madison, Wisconsin. You go, man, I still have to want to participate in this thing. I can do the virtual run and still donate.
We actually have a corrections officer from Alaska that signed up for it, and we'll be sending that person their stuff soon too.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he probably knows your
Fantastic.
probation officer.
Yeah, probably was. I'm sure he's checking up on me right now, as a matter of fact.
Well, Sergeant Keigan, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Great to see you. And you're always out and about. Winter Haven Police Department, Chief Charlie, you guys do a great job. It's always a delight to see the true service that's provided by the department. You guys are fantastic.
Keeping us safe. We appreciate
You
that.
bet. Well, this weekend, as we were talking a little earlier, is one busy weekend. It is unbelievable what's going on here in Polk County right now. But really near the top of the list is going to be the Boys State Basketball Finals. And congratulations to Bartow.
Yellow Jackets are in. And Coach McGriff, I substituted for him this morning, actually, at Bartow High School. Got in half a day before he came to the TV show and just kind of cheer him on. So
Oh, that's good. Good
I'm
stuff.
helping out in some little way.
We have some great footage from last year's finals. Check this out, everybody. Mark and Hank will be back with more Sports Central right after this.
We have 9 classifications in boys basketball, and we put on a state championship every year in Lakeland. We have a semifinal and a final for each classification. So there's a total of 27 games. We have several hundred athletes that come through here, and over 100 officials, and obviously thousands of fans. The level of talent in the state of Florida is outstanding. We always have Division I athletes from 1A to all the way to Class 9A. We've had some really, really great basketball players that we've seen this week, and we have more games to come. Well, it's a big thing for their schools, communities. It's lifetime memories. They get to come to a big arena, play basketball in front of their fans, try to win a state championship, and they get to make lifetime memories. Lakeland's a good central location, and the Lakeland people and RP Funding Center have always been good to us. For the last, I believe, 20, 25 years, yes, it's been here. We enjoy coming here, our fans enjoy coming here, and we hopefully will continue to come here in the future. There's thousands of fans, obviously, that come into Lakeland, and most of those fans, we like to think, spend the night and stay here, especially if their team wins the first game. Then they're going to play the next day, and they obviously come to the community, and they're going to eat and stay and do all those things. So we're really proud to be here. We love Lakeland, and they do a tremendous job, and our partnership with them is really strong. What's a great brand of basketball. It's really exciting. Our kids really compete hard. It's worth it to come out and just check it out, and watch the kids compete and watch them play. There's been some great games. There's always great games. So, well, I love watching the coaches coach and the kids compete as hard as they can. When they get to this stage of the basketball season, you know, they play with a lot of urgency, and they try to win the game. Obviously, they're trying to win, but they leave everything they have out on the court. So it's fun to watch the kids compete. The coaches coach really hard, and just the fans get excited about, you know, it's either win or go home. So it's pretty exciting.
Hey everybody, and welcome back. Segment number 2, Sports Central. Mark Jackson along with Hank Longo. And Hank, wow, the first segment just flew by. You know, Sergeant Keigan's a great guy.
Yeah,
I always enjoy him.
And what a great
him.
event. And boy, you know, to help these kids out, and I just think it's just such a wonderful cause. And we are wanting to thank the folks at the Extended Stay America for segment 2 here on Sports Central being our sponsor, and just love these folks. Couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, well, speaking of great charities, I know the Symetra Tour donates an awful lot in cooperation, of course, with Florida's Natural. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, the Symetra Tour is the feeder tour. It's the road to the LPGA, the very first tournament right here in Polk County. Long history there. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but we do have Nikki Hayde and Tim Kramer. Nikki Hayde from Florida's Natural, Tim Kramer from the Symetra Tour. Two old friends of ours, and great to have them with you, or great to have you with us. And wow, and I had the opportunity yesterday to visit with you and see all the good action that was going on out on the course for the Pro-Am. You had one the day before, I understand, as well.
We had a full one the day before.
Yeah.
So,
50 teams.
50 teams. We were there sun up to sundown. So we got them in just as the sun was setting.
Yeah, that's my favorite time of the day to play golf. In the morning, it's that dew on the thing.
Yep.
You know, the heck with that. I don't want to get my feet all wet and stuff. You know, even though I'm water ski,
You're wet all the
not
time.
when I'm playing golf, I don't. Well, Tim, let's start with you. And you know, this is the 40th year of the Symetra Tour.
Yep, we're celebrating 40 years this year. In fact, the lady that founded the Symetra Tour, at the time it was the Futures Tour, Eloise Traynor, was actually out there this morning starting off the first tee, starting all the players off the first tee. So it was neat to have her involved in the tournament this year, and this is our 12th year to do the Florida's Natural Charity Classic here in Polk County, and we're excited to be here. Country Club of Winter Haven is a gracious host. They do a fantastic job. You got to play the golf course yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've heard from a couple players that have been making their way back to Central Florida before the tournament to get used to the grass and all that good stuff, playing different golf courses around Central Florida, and they said the greens at the Country Club of Winter Haven are the best greens in Central Florida. So it speaks a lot to what they do and how important this event is for them to make the golf course in the condition that it is.
Yeah, it's certainly a hidden gem. That I love playing that course.
It's unbelievable.
It's,
Yeah.
you know, to start off, when you play in the LPGA or the PGA, the greens are so impeccable. And it's a whole different putt when you've got a green like that than if you're maybe at your local club. It's the grass is a little thicker, the ball, you know, just contract maybe a little bit better. But when you get on those greens, you really have to know your putting. And I think for these gals to be able to start the year and to get this thing going and play in the kind of conditions that they're going to play in all year long, I don't think you could kickstart it any better than that.
I feel actually kind of bad for our other golf courses because the bar now has been set so high with the condition of this golf course that you know, we'll go out to California in 3 weeks. Obviously different grass is a whole different type of environment, but the club here at the Country Club of Winter Haven has set the bar pretty high.
Well, that's good to hear. And speaking of setting the bar high, and you know, Nikki, Florida's Natural used to be Donald Duck.
True.
Orange juice, and at one time was the largest business cooperative in the world. I don't know if you knew that or not, but I actually had a course in business co-op undergraduate. Great course. Anyway,
You understand it.
Yeah. So anyway, Florida's Natural's been involved for a long, long time.
We have. This is our 12th year with the Symetra Tour. We were able to move it from Lakeland to Winter Haven, which is where we began our partnership with the Symetra Tour. And it's been a great, great partnership. We are able to benefit through the golf tournament. Our foundation, the Charity Classic, is a major contributor to the efforts of our foundation. This past year, the foundation at Florida's Natural was able to surpass $2 million in grants given to the Central Florida area.
Well, I know a bunch of organizations that were recipients of those grants. Junior League of Winter Haven
Yes.
was one of them.
Yes, they were.
And they do phenomenal work. You know, they're great girls and great organization. But what a lot of people don't realize, and sometimes with the promotion and the marketing and stuff, you don't always see the foundation. But yesterday, it was loud and clear. It was great to see. And, you know, I think that when you talk about a community event, and an organization, a corporation that gives back to the community, $2 million, that's not chump change.
No, and who are some of the other charities that you like to assist with this?
The United Way of the Tri-County area. We are proud supporters through some of their programs through the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, which gives books to children 0 to age 5. Each month they get a book sent to their home so that hopefully their parents or their whoever is in the household may read to them. We also give to the Lakeville soccer programs. We give to some of the Boys and Girls Clubs here in Polk County, particularly the East Polk County locations. It's health, education, and youth. Those are the concentrations of our foundation. We keep the money in Central Florida, and we hope that our small mini grants are able to be project-based. In many instances, the projects could not have moved forward without our funding, and that is something that we're very proud of, that we can impact directly the people who are in
and
need.
let these programs continue and actually take root and
Exactly.
work. That's
exactly.
fantastic.
My favorite grant applications are the ones that are handwritten, that someone took 10 minutes, wrote out their application, and were able to get back outside and benefit their organization.
That's fantastic.
Tim, let's talk a little bit about the talent that's out there. And I saw some girls yesterday hit shots that was like, gee whiz. Now these are some of the world's best golfers.
Right.
And some of them used to be in the LPGA and moved back, or you know, are up and comers. Who should we look to and for out on the course? Because you've got some talent.
Yeah, we've got some really good players. We've got some new faces this year. I mean, that's one of the good things about our tour is you know, young girls that are just finishing college or have had a successful amateur career, come to the Symetra Tours, that opportunity to really kind of hone their game and to hopefully at the end of the year achieve one of those 10 cards that we give out at the end of the year. So we will have some new faces. Sierra Brooks, a young girl that played out of Florida, is a lot of expectations, I think, for her to do well out on the Symetra Tour. Kim Kaufman, who 3-4 years ago was in the top 30-40 on the money list on the LPGA Tour, unfortunately had some injuries and things like that, but she's playing with us this week. So we have a few LPGA players that are here that have limited status on the LPGA Tour, but because they're not playing this week, are playing with us. So should be a pretty exciting weekend. I just checked my phone. We already have a 6-under in the clubhouse from this morning. So somebody went out and shot a 66 this morning. So the quality of competition, as you know, Mark, is it's reached a new level with our tour. Our recent graduates like Nelly Korda and some of those players that 3 years ago were out here playing are now winning on the LPGA Tour. So I think it speaks volumes about the quality of play currently on the Symetra Tour.
Well, you have players from all over the world, too, that are playing in this. Am I correct
We
with
have a
that?
few countries represented this week.
And it's like if you're new to this, you're getting a feel of what it's like to get into the big league, you know? And you're playing with people from different countries, and you've got that international competition going on, which I think really tests the athlete to how they can dismiss all of that and just, settle down and just focus on shot after shot, which is what the game's all about.
That's what it's about. But yeah, it's pretty neat to walk out, to arrive at the clubhouse, to look out at the putting green, and around the putting green, we have every country flag out there that has a player represented in the field. So I think this week we have around 31 countries that are represented with a player competing at this week's event.
Well, yesterday I played with Celine, and who's from Norway.
Right.
And I said, Celine, I'm part Norwegian.
There you go.
And I said, do you eat lutefisk? She goes, oh no, that's stinky, slimy fish. He says, that's like a national dish. How about lefse? No, I don't like that either. How about herring?
It's educational having all those.
You should have said, how about pizza? Yeah, I got you on that one.
So she was going, I talked to there's a young lady from France. Visited with her a while, and I think they were kind of looking forward to a little time off before they go to California, and either rest and recuperate or hone their game a little bit more. If people want to come out to the country club at Winter Haven, okay, it's on the northeast side of town. Really, really easy to get to. Just dial in Country Club at Winter Haven. But are there tickets? I mean, tell us a little bit about how people can get more information and they can attend this weekend, because it's supposed to be gorgeous this weekend.
It should be a great weekend. Probably the best weather I think we've probably had in the last several years that we've had the event. But they can go to Florida'sNaturalCharityClassic.com.
Okay.
Get information there. Tickets are $10 a day. Parking's free. It's really easy to get around. We don't rope and stake the golf course like you would see if you've been to a PGA or an LPGA event. So it's really an opportunity if you have a daughter or a son even that's interested in getting into the game of golf and just want to go out and do something in the afternoon. Great way to introduce them to professional golf, because they can interact with the players as they walk off the 18th or 9th green based upon when they finish, and hang around the driving range, the putting green, and really get a chance to spend time with the girls. It's neat.
There you go.
And it starts at what time?
Our first tee time tomorrow is 7 a.m.
Okay.
So if you want to be a really early bird, come out at 7. But Sunday, we start at 8:15. We'll finish around 5 o'clock.
Okay, fantastic.
That's great stuff. Nikki, thank you so much, and all that Florida Natural
Thank
does
you.
for the local community and Central Florida. And Tim, it's always a delight to see it. I mean, you're all over the country, I'm all over the place, and so at least we get once a year.
Exactly.
We get to.
We love being in Polk County, so thank you for having us.
We love having you here, so we appreciate it, and looking forward to a wonderful, fun-filled weekend.
Absolutely.
Good to see you. Well, everybody, One of the things that Hank and we always talk about, these events that come in, and some of them you're really excited about when they're here. They're all exciting. But there is one, we have a special guest with us in segment number 3. His name is Eddy Varela. He is the founder, he is the president of the VW Classic right here in Polk County. It's held at the RP Funding Center. We have some footage from that. Get a little preview before we see Eddy himself sitting in those chairs. We'll be right back. Stick around.
I got into Volkswagens when I was 15 years old. Started working at shops during the summer when I was in high school. Fell in love with Volkswagens, and then we've been doing this show now for 13 years. We started, couldn't tell my wife about it for the first show, for the first year, because she wouldn't let me do it. So it was kind of funny. She found out the week of the show that we were gonna do the show. It was hilarious as crap. Because all of a sudden she saw all these people at my house and she don't know what's going on, so it was kind of funny. And over the years, my family got involved, my kids, and then now my grandchildren are involved in the event. So that's pretty cool. We have cars from all over the country coming. We have people from Europe, England, Germany, so that's pretty cool. Been exciting. We're hoping to break 1,000 show cars this year. It's grown every year, so we've been really blessed to be able to do this. Well, we sell new and used parts. We also have toys, t-shirts, memorabilia for Volkswagens. This year is the 50th anniversary for Herbie. Everybody can sell their cars if they like. They're putting their cars up for sale. We put them in the show so that way they're included so people can see them all as they come by. And it's been going really well. Everybody's pretty happy. We try to, I'm a corporate trained restaurant manager. So I treat this like a giant restaurant. We do all the food, we do our own shirts, we have a catering business, we have a t-shirt business. We do everything from from front to back. Everything's covered. Everything's here on site. Yeah, it's designed for families. It's designed for everybody to come in. It's free for all the children. Tomorrow we give away over $5,000 in door prizes, bicycles, toys for the kids. It's designed to have a good time. We want it to be a family event. No alcohol. So it's designed just that everybody can enjoy themselves with their kids, their little children can come run around, and it's safe, and we have security here, we have EMTs, everything's taken care of.
I got it a 2016 in December. I got it as a Christmas present for my grandfather, who sadly passed away a year ago. The year is 1969.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been an enjoyment. So far we've given over 10 cars away for free in the last 10 years, so it's been exciting. Meeting a lot of people, which is a lot of fun, and people from all over the country, all over the world. It's been enjoyable. And to see my family included just brings a tear to my eyes, you know.
Everybody, welcome back to Sports Central. Mark and Hank here for segment number 3. Wow, we've had running with Sergeant Keigan. We've had the Symetra Tour with Nikki Black and Tim. Tim's always a gas. He's such a good
Nikki
ambassador.
Hayde.
Nikki Hayde. Not,
Yes.
Did I really say Nikki Black?
Yes, you did.
That's her maiden name.
I've always been saying Nikki Black and it's Nikki Hayde. What does he say? Nikki Black. But anyhow, she gets a double billing today.
I can't get that out of my head.
Hey, a big thank you to the folks at Jimmy John's for sponsoring our 3rd segment here on Sports Central. And boy, after watching that footage before getting our guests on the show, what a phenomenal event we get to talk about and the thousands of people that are going to attend it.
Well, you know, we're talking the Symetra Tour, or are we
No,
talking about the VW Classic?
We're talking about the VW
Well,
Classic.
here's something that's really ironic. I'm driving down the road, heading in, to the office, and sure enough, I look to my right, and there's an orange VW thing.
Oh my God.
No top on it, just a VW thing, orange.
Wow.
Well,
Kind of got you motivated a little.
yeah, we don't need any motivation with Eddie.
Clairvoyance there.
Yeah,
No,
in
that's
fact,
a
you
good
do
sign.
you told me something off air that I want you to repeat on air.
Well, our next guest, Eddy Varela, and I and Juliana, we were here early because he thought he could get on the first segment today, getting here early because he's been late. And we still got him plugged in on the 3rd segment. But Eddy, a superstar athlete in high school and college, baseball, football, basketball, could dunk a basketball, 22-point average in high school and college. And
Where did you go to high school?
Went to Broward Christian School in Fort Lauderdale, in Davie.
Okay.
Yeah, we also ran track. 2.7 miles I ran in 12 minutes, 4 seconds.
Okay.
Was it?
Jeez.
like baseball, did it
I
all.
don't think you can drive your car that fast.
Well, hey, let's get
go.
underway. What a fun event! And Elliot, what year is this? Like your 14th year doing
14th
this?
year, yeah. We've been
Wow.
hustling.
And tell everybody, what is the VW Classic?
We decided to have like a Volkswagen air-cooled show, but we also wanted to include the water-cooled cars. So it's combined, but we have cars that are worth so much money that people spend their time working on. You buy a car for $100, you work on it for a little while, and next thing you know, it's worth $10,000. So people come out, they sell parts, they sell their cars, they buy cars. Buses are going crazy in prices, $200,000 for a 21-window bus.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's gotten expensive. So, for the average guy, when we were kids, you could buy them for $50, and now it's like 50 grand. So it's become a different thing. But we have people from all over the country that come out to the event, and it's fun. And I remember when we were kids, we used to go to a show and it was free. Well, I give away a free car, just because I want to give back to what we had, because I enjoyed this hobby for years, for 40 years. So I want to give back. So this will be our 12th car we give away.
Wow.
Over the years.
Well, tell us about the car, because I know you give an engine away too.
We're going to give away an engine this year, a complete 1600 engine for free. It's a $3,000 motor, brand new. It's called a rail buggy. It's made out of a tubular frame. It's a 2-seater. It's very, very fast. They only weigh about 100 pounds, 900 pounds, and then you got this engine in the back there that's going to scoot you down the road pretty quickly. You can detail it. They're titled, so you can tag them and drive them on the street. Yeah, it's just going to be a lot of fun.
And so it's kind of like what is the word that I want to use? It's almost like a farmer's market in a way, that you have all these vendors that are selling parts and things. So it's not just a car show. It's a place where you can go to buy parts and buy engines, and it's just kind of a complete show for the enthusiasts.
We have stuff for the ladies. We have craftspeople come out, sell jewelry, house, stuff for the house, cooking utensils, all kinds of stuff. So it's not just one thing, but we try to get enough variety for everybody to come out. We do stuff with the kids to get involved, and bouncy houses, and we're doing a Hot Wheel track, 8-foot Hot Wheel track. Well, they'll race the cars going down the track, and then we'll give them the cars. And we do stuff. We give away a lot of stuffed animals and toys, bicycles for the kids, and it's a family event.
Oh my gosh! And Juliana, you're running the whole show, aren't you? You're in there cracking the whip, making sure Grandpa Eddy gets things done and keeping things under control.
Well, everybody, all the grandchildren, all my cousins, we all work in Pitchen. The youngest we've had to work there was a year-old, and that was me.
Oh, wow.
I do the raffle
What was your
tickets.
job like to
Ticket
throw up,
sales,
or,
probably. When you're
Raffle
most
tickets
probably
and
doing
stuff.
ticket sales.
I do the raffle tickets and sell T-shirts and do registration with my aunt.
Speaking of T-shirts,
Check this out.
Check this out. And Eddie and Juliana were nice enough to bring one for the whole crew here. So thank you so much. We got a bag of them underneath the desk here.
The art was designed by Connections.
And all our sponsors, and you can see how nice they were to put Polk County Sports Marketing right on the top line there. And of course, a little hard to zoom in on that, but thank you so much. We sure do appreciate it.
That's cool.
I had a Volkswagen back my freshman year of college. And I had a banana on the gear shift, and I called it the banana wagon. Just thought about it. Haven't thought about that probably, I can't tell you how many years, but yeah. Bring back
Something
the good
new
old
about
days.
you every single
I'm
day.
telling you, it's an amazing story.
Unbelievable.
So tell us some more about, when it starts, all the good things that they need
Gates
to
open at
know.
9 o'clock on Saturday, and they go all the way through Sunday afternoon. We have 40 classes for trophies. We also do the food. We have free pizza for everybody on Saturday night. So we order like 100 pizzas from Hungry Howie's, and we give it away.
Really?
Oh yeah, we do like a band
So he
at
said he had
night.
to let the guy at Hungry Howie's. The guy said, "Hey, let me know a little bit ahead of time before you go. Hey, yeah, this is Eddie. I need 100 pizzas.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We do it every year. We want to make it fun for everybody. You spend the money to come out. You stay at a hotel or on site. They do overnight camping.
Yeah.
People will do little grills, and they'll have like little bonfires, and people play music, and it's nice. It's just a really nice atmosphere.
But to really get an appreciation for the size of this thing and how big this is, how it influences the local economy and everything. You had 1,000 registrations last year.
Yep, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
It's the total weekend.
2 years ago, it was 800. So you've increased this thing, and it's just absolutely by 25%.
We've been really blessed.
Very much so.
I believe in God, and it just doesn't happen every day.
No, it doesn't.
Most car shows are 50 to 100 cars, and we've been really blessed to get this fast, this big, this fast, and it's been nice.
It's called His sovereignty.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you've got 1,000 cars there. How many people total will you have?
Last year we had I think close to 15,000 people last year.
Really?
And that's just walking. You must take up the whole RP funding parking lots.
Pretty much.
I
For that
mean, to have
weekend,
that
it's
many
packed.
people, that's an incredible
Well, at least it's not
crowd.
this weekend with the high school basketball championships.
Oh, well, that's why we moved it. We moved it a week ahead, or a week forward. But they put in retention ponds. So they took some of our parking. They got retention ponds there now with gators in it already.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw a little 3-foot gator in there. So
Oh boy.
If it has water in Florida, you're going to see a gator.
you see a gator. But I mean, everybody's really good. We have people come year after year, and once they come, they want to come back because it's an atmosphere. We set an atmosphere so that everybody comes out and has a good time and they're relaxed. A lot of events are in a rush to hurry and do a bunch of stuff, and we don't do that. We take our time. We sit back. We do a cruise over to the drive-in theater, the old drive-ins.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we do. In the afternoon on Sunday or on Saturday afternoon, we'll do a cruise over to the drive-in and watch a movie. And they accommodate us, and they put all the buses in the front, and it just looks really cool. You just don't see that every day
And how
anymore.
many people do you have? So in the middle of all this, everybody takes a break. They drive their vehicles over to the theater. And what time of day does this happen? I mean, is it the outdoor theater?
Yeah, the outdoor theater.
And
the
you can
drive-in.
actually see it on the screen during the day?
Yeah. Oh no, it's in the evening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening.
Okay.
So some people want to go. Some people want to go to, like to Harry's downtown, eat dinner there, or they'll go to some clubs. Or we want to bring people downtown.
Just
Get
experience
businesses
whatever.
packed. Enjoy Lakeland.
Yeah.
Lakeland's a great town.
Yeah.
Polk County's an awesome county. I mean, we're always underestimated, but I think we can compete with anybody. Orlando, Tampa, Miami. I mean, I raised my children here. I could have lived anywhere.
Yeah.
And
Well, you also, you're involved in the business community here as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
well, we own Dixieline Import Auto Parts on South Florida Avenue. We own an auto parts store. We own a T-shirt business, a catering business. We run a Cuban bread route in Tampa, La Saguna Bakery.
Really?
Yeah, they're one of our sponsors for our event. So My wife's been doing it for 30 years. She delivers, I'm Cuban, I work for Merida, I delivered American bread, and she's American, delivers Cuban bread.
Yeah.
So it's a kick. But yeah, we always get a joke out
Get
of
a
that.
mixed marriage here.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. Me being bilingual, we have about 50-60% of the people that come to the show are Hispanic.
Really?
Yeah, they're minorities, and they come out and they have a good time, and being bilingual helps the economy, and you know, if they have any problems, we try to help them out.
You can talk to them.
We talk to them, and you know.
Juliana, you're a woman of many words. We're going to get you to speak a little bit here, okay?
Okay.
Now, what grade are you in?
I'm in 7th grade.
7th grade. Do you have a boyfriend? No, you're a smart kid. Really smart kid. Where do you go to school?
I go to Lawton Childs Middle Academy.
Really?
Oh, that's
Pretty
a
smart
very
then,
nice
too,
school.
aren't you?
I don't know.
So when you grow up, what do you want to do? What do you want to be?
I don't really have a specific thing I want to do. All I want to know is that it involves either owning my own business, working at a business, or something that involves art.
Well, I got
Really?
just the book for you.
I mean, you already got it mapped out. 7th grade.
Yeah, that's the
That's
perfect time to
unbelievable.
do it, because then you can direct your education to accommodate all of that. So,
Yeah. Well, it's an entrepreneurial spirit.
I'm going to help you do that.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. You can't learn entrepreneurial skills from a book.
No.
You know, some of it's an art, it's a science. There's got to be a balance, and I think you're on the right track.
Yeah,
Well, you got a good
definitely.
teacher over here, don't you?
She delivers Cuban bread with my wife in the mornings, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and she helps us at the parts store, and she does the show. She jumps right in there. Whatever we need her to do, she does it. It's really
Right
cool.
on.
We do that with all the grandkids.
Give me a little face bump there. There you go. All righty. Well, hey, we've got to wrap this up. And Eddie, fantastic. I'm going to make it out there. I gave me a great invitation, and I don't see anything getting in the way right now. I know we talked about
One more
Saturday.
time about when and where.
So we're going to do it on March 20, 21, and 22.
Yes. At 21 is going to be over at the Staples, at the parking lot with the show cars, the race cars, or I guess American cars, and then Saturday and Sunday is going to be at the RP Funding Center.
Okay.
Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then again on Sunday at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's $5 a person to get in, $10 to park their cars if they don't have a show car. So show cars are $25, and you get a show shirt. You get a show shirt whether you pre-register or not.
Okay.
Which you wouldn't believe it, but it's really rare. Most people, they don't do that. We give a show shirt to everybody. We want everybody included.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good family event, and that's
Well,
what
then
makes, you know, like Eddie says, one of the things that makes Polk County special.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks a million for joining us, and looking forward to this great event. And now, Mr. Jackson's favorite little video of the Sports Central show is our Athlete Spotlight. that
Athlete
you-
Spotlight, up close and personal with Alejandro Rosario. Did I say that right?
Sounded good.
I think I did. Anyway, Lake Gibson, been famous for their wrestling program there, and for a very long time. So we've got some great footage, great interview with Alejandro Rosario. Stick around, everybody. Hank and Mark will be back right after this superb interview, and we've got more. Stay with us.
My name is Alex Rosario. I'm in the 12th grade, I'm a senior, and I wrestle for Lake Gibson High School. I first started wrestling in 6th grade. Actually, I wrestled at Brandon, I live in Brandon, and I wrestled at the Brandon Wrestling Club. I was interested because my sister introduced me to it, and all the Brandon wrestlers were really good, so I started wrestling. At first, I was really discouraged. I got my butt beat all the time. It was a really hard sport, but over time, I got better and better. I started loving it. I won my first ever tournament, so that just gave me a love for the sport, and I kept going. Typical practice starts with a warm-up. We do calisthenics, gymnastics, things like that. We'll get our heart rate up and start running and stuff. Then we'll get into the wrestling aspect, and we'll, just start drilling moves, not 100%. We'll just start drilling moves and performing other guys. And then practice will slowly get harder and harder. We'll start going live goes, which is 100%. Both guys wrestling each other. It's like a match, and do a cool down. So we'll jog around, do some calisthenics to cool down, and then practice will be over. To be a good wrestler, you need to have a lot of perseverance. You need to have a lot of grit. You know, be able to struggle through the hard times, no matter how hard it gets. It's a hard sport, mentally and physically. So I've been hurt countless times. You know, gone through roadblocks in my mind and stuff, and it's just perseverance to get through it. And family and coaches around me, they help me all the time. Coach Walker, the coach here at Lake Gibson, is actually really uplifting. He's always there for us. He's like a father to us, really, and you know, he's a really good guy, and he makes us want to work hard. The most difficult part of wrestling is probably the mental aspect, to be able to get knocked down and keep getting back up again. It's probably the hardest part. While I'm in a match, usually my mind just goes blank, and I'm just wrestling off of muscle memory and things. Not much thought process going on unless I see something that I can take advantage of. But usually my mind's pretty clear, and I'm just wrestling my best. I just get riled up and get ready to go. You know, I try not to think about anything else except for the match. Try to clear my mind a lot is how I get ready for a match. I had some great memories with this team. I've been here for 2 years, and most of the time it's during the dual tournaments when it's team against team, and I get to see my fellow teammates winning their matches and everyone getting riled up and yelling and chanting for the team. Those are probably my best memories. We're all super close, and we're just like a family. We all got each other's backs all the time. We're all brothers, so it's really close-knit. Wrestling has turned me into the man I am today. It really has. It's made me stronger. It's made me mentally stronger, physically stronger, and it's made me understand how to be a man and be there for other people and not just myself, because even though it's an individual sport, you still need to have your teammates' backs. Well, I'm committed to Southeastern University for wrestling. I plan on wrestling at that college and just doing my best and trying to succeed best I can. I want to be a chiropractor. I'm going to study kinesiology at Southeastern University, and it's just something that really interests me, so I'm really excited. I just want to say thank you to all my coaches, thank you to my family, my teammates, thank you all so much. You're the reason I've gotten so far, and I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Sports Central. Segment number 4, fourth and final segment. Hank?
Yep, I'll tell you, it's been a fun show, and we want to thank the Lakeland Magic, our pro basketball team here in town, sponsoring our final segment here on Sports Central.
Big shout out to Shelly Wilkes. What a delight she is to work with. Just a class act, and of course Alex Martins, the president of the Orlando Magic and also of the Lakeland Magic. So great group to work with. I've really enjoyed being around them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a delight with our new field house. Wow, if you haven't gotten over there, you need to stop by.
In Winter Haven.
In Winter Haven, the new field house is just fabulous. Well, we've got so much going on, our craziest month right now, and this is one of the reasons why. It's the FHSAA Boys Basketball State Finals, and a big shout out to Bartow Yellow Jackets winning yesterday, and Coach Terrence McGriff making it to the finals against Dillard out of Fort Lauderdale. It took 2 overtimes to, choose the winner on that game. So big game coming up on Saturday at 6 o'clock at the RP Funding Center. Want to wish all those teams, the best of luck, but especially the Bartow Yellow Jackets, that Coach McGriff can bring home another state title and feather in his cap.
Here's a little tip for you. If you want a discount, tickets, if you walk up, $13 for the day and for the event. But if you go online, if you go to the rpfundingcenter.com, rpfundingcenter.com, you get them for $10. So there's a little
information if you want to save some money on a ticket. And another reason that we are so busy this month of March in Polk County is a big event that you brought in, Mark, RusMet Baseball.
That was right after the Cleveland Indians left. We had to have something to replace the loss, the economic impact loss. Didn't miss a beat. Had RusMet Collegiate Baseball Invitational here this last year. Had 270 teams from all over the country playing in this, and more than 30,000, think of this, 30,000 1,000 room nights.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
And,
that's
you
just
know,
incredible.
We've got them all over the city, but if you haven't been to the Lake Myrtle Sports Complex to watch a ball game there, you got to get out there in Arbordale. Our fields are as good as any professional field you'll find, and just this great young talent. Just a lot of fun to watch them play ball. Of course, we talked about the Florida Natural
This
Charity
weekend.
Classic this weekend. Get to watch some of the best women golfers in the world and light up the night 5K. That's this weekend.
That's this weekend. It's Friday night. Well, it's tonight, 7 p.m. You can still sign up. Ran into my friend Dr. Michelle Henney and Leah. They were stuffing bags and T-shirts and getting
for the
ready.
big
And,
run.
oh man, they're just all excited. Hundreds of people are going to run, but make sure you get down for that. Starts at Grove Roots. It ends at Grove Roots. So big shout out to the Junior League of Winter Haven, a great job they do giving back to the community. And I know a big event that you love.
NASCAR on the water, the Orange Cup Regatta, and boy, I'll tell you, we
It's
fill
fun.
up Lakeland with this event, and you know, there's 15 different classes, and they've got a new super class in there where these boats are going to go 150 miles an hour. And all kinds of fun stuff. The skiffs that you really enjoy, that are
New
two-man
Jersey
boat,
skiffs,
they
they're
just bounce all
bootlegging
over
boats.
The bootlegging boats, and Gene Engel does a great job there.
Yeah, and that's down on Lake Hollingsworth. It's a
On
free
Lake
event.
Hollingsworth.
Heck, you could go to the VW Classic. You can just literally walk down the street to Lake Hollingsworth. I mean, you get boat racing, you get all sorts of stuff. And there's so much to do this weekend. You almost have to create a schedule.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, if you want to get it all in.
It's
just
amazing, and the blooming bike ride.
a quiet sport.
A quiet sport.
A quiet sport. They call it one of the quiet sports.
So-
Bloomin' Bike Ride. It's in downtown Bartow, and that is Saturday, March 7th, I think.
And it's the largest organized road tour in Polk County. So a big fun thing to get into. And the weekend of March 20th, that's when the VW Classic
2021-22.
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of stuff going on in Lakeland.
And a big shout out to the Winter Haven Police Department with the race that they will be running, and that of course is the 14th of March in downtown Winter Haven. It starts at the library. So that's an event it's a 5K event that benefits Special Olympics organization that we're helping to promote, and you know, a good asset for Polk County.
And then this fella needs to be in the NFL Hall of Fame. He's in the
I'm
Polk
still
County
shocked that he's
Sports Hall
not.
of Fame. I am
It drives
too.
me crazy.
It's our hero and friend, Mr. Ken Riley. Is going to have his Celebrity Golf Classic May through 1st and the 2nd. So a little heads up on that, coming a little later than now. But get some great pro football players and celebrities that come join him for that. So
Mel
another
Blount,
neat
Larry
event
Little,
coming.
Archie Griffin.
Archie Griffin.
So he's got some real talent there. But, you know, Ken is such a humble guy. You know, he wouldn't want to be on the receiving end as a receiver. You know, when he was a defensive back, I was tough, man. But he has, there's no reason he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Well, we've got Tigers tickets on sale, and
I
Flying
think they play the
Tigers
Phillies tomorrow.
tickets on sale, so a lot of good baseball coming up. We want to tell you about that. Well, we could not do this without the support of our sponsors that we truly love. Cleveland Heights Golf Course, Hampton Inn, Winter Haven, the Ledger, the Trophy Shop, and Jimmy John's. Thank you all so much for your support and being on our team.
Oh, it's great stuff. And don't forget, everybody, we also have a sister, it's our ugly sister, radio show, which is on Thursday night, hosted by Mackenzie Richardson, and amongst others. Great show on 14:30 a.m. and, of course, 98.3 FM. No. 96.7, I stand corrected. Anyway, this is Mark Jackson for Hank Longo and the great team here at PGTV. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. We'll see you again next time.